From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Well, it feels like we've been talking about these changes for Northern California all week long, and we have been. But now it's all knocking on our door. I'm just right around the corner here. We've got cooler temperatures, especially inland. We've got showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. And it looks like the main event will be on Friday, but we do have a chance even on Saturday with dry and mild conditions for Sunday through all of next week. And speaking of next week, I expect highs to stay below normal. So even though we're warming back up, it's still going to be below normal. Now the smoke will continue to be an issue here for tonight. We take you into about 8 o'clock tonight, still very dense smoke in some areas. We take it 11 o'clock tonight, take you into even the early morning hours. Here's 6 a.m. Now still a lot of dense smoke off over the north coast. Now the rain is mainly in this area here at this point, so we're not able to wash that smoke out just yet. But then as we go through the afternoon, the smoke will begin to wash out and really won't be a factor for most of us as we take you into Friday night and Saturday, but still around the vicinity of the fires. There will, of course, still be some smoke out there. Now, taking a look at your hour-by-hour forecast, thunderstorms. Yeah, that's what we've got here. As we take you through the overnight hours here, yeah, we've got some clouds, but we're going to hold off until the late morning, early afternoon hours for the showers and thunderstorms to move into the inland areas. And for the coast, yeah, it looks like just the clouds kind of moving on in and eventually seeing the showers, and can't even rule out a thunderstorm for the coast as well. Trinity County, same story here, looking at partly cloudy skies, but fairly dry tonight, and not to mention smoky in some areas here. But then in the mid to late after morning hours, that is, we start to see some of that rain. Now today, here's what we saw. This area of low pressure moved through, kind of digging down to the south. We saw the clouds move through, and there was even some shower activity off into Del Norte County. And that did, of course, bring some rain out over the Smith River complex, even some measurable rainfall. I saw on average about 500ths of an inch of rain, maybe more than that in some areas here in parts of Del Norte County, including Crescent City. So it certainly was a welcomed sight, and we've got more on the way. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going on here with Futurecast. And you can see we're going to walk you through the timing of it all. So here's tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. You see how it's still fairly dry. We may see a few showers beginning to develop in northern Trinity County, western Siskiyou County. But for the most part, the rain's not here yet tomorrow morning. Okay? Then we go into the mid-morning hours to around noon. Now we're seeing showers and thunderstorms developing. Now, again, this is great to see here. We're seeing the rain getting near the Smith River complex, not to mention not just north of Hoopa here, seeing some of that rain there. Northern Trinity County is seeing some of the rain, and there could be some lightning strikes in there, by the way, already, right? And we go through the afternoon. You can see how active it's going to get for everyone. I think everyone's got that chance for showers, thunderstorms, and heavy rainfall will certainly be something that we've got to watch here very closely, especially in this area right here. We've got a lot of burn-scarred areas. We could be looking at some mudslides and debris flows, and if some of these storms are expected to move through slowly, which could mean a lot of rainfall in some areas, and that could lead to some localized flooding. Now, as we go into Friday night, early Saturday morning, here's midnight tomorrow night, we are seeing, looks like the potential for some more activity kind of developing in Trinity County. Now, notice what happens as we go into Saturday. Saturday morning, it's fairly quiet. We got showers off to our west, a little bit of shower activity off to our east. We're seeing this little rotation around the main area of low pressure. And what's happening is we're just not seeing much activity. Now, 5 o'clock on Saturday, so Saturday afternoon, I think parts of the inland areas, Trinity County and western Siskiyou County could see some scattered showers, maybe some isolated thunderstorms. But you'll notice it's not nearly as widespread as what we're going to see on Friday. Saturday night, still just a little bit of lingering activity, and then I think by Sunday we're out of the woods at this point. Let's take you into Sunday. There's Sunday at about noon. Now here's the thing. This particular forecast model, up until today, has kept all of Northern California dry. Now it's indicating some showers, especially off to our east, maybe a little bit of activity into western Siskiyou County. For now, I'm going to keep it dry for the north coast. But this is a pattern worth watching because this could maybe bring a little bit more rainfall, much needed rainfall, by the way, especially over the Smith River complex. We could certainly use it. But especially by Monday, all the way through next week, it's looking dry, and not to mention looking at those mild conditions as well. All right, so let's take a look at those flash flood watches. So it does include western Siskiyou County, Del Norte County. It also now includes eastern portions of Humboldt County and northern Trinity County. So what we're looking at here is this. As I mentioned, we get these storms that could move through slowly. That means a lot of rainfall in one area, localized street flooding, localized streams and river flooding. So we need to be on the lookout for that. And mudslides and debris flows are going to be a concern. And I'm in particular mostly concerned about Highway 299, Highway 3, not to mention on Highway 101 in southern Humboldt County. So we're going to have to watch these areas for mudslides and debris flows. Bottom line is, if you don't need to travel on Friday during these storms, probably a safe bet to not travel on the highways, because this is where we could run into some mudslides and debris flows, and that could be obviously very dangerous. You don't want to get caught up in one of those. Now, taking a look at the forecast rainfall totals through Saturday night, what you're seeing here is some impressive rainfall totals. And I think many areas are going to see over an inch. It just depends on where you are. But on average, anywhere from a quarter to close to an inch of rainfall all across the North Coast. So some welcomed rainfall nonetheless. All right, let's switch gears, talk about the wave heights. We take you into Friday afternoon. Those wave heights are increasing. Of course, that's all thanks to the area of low pressure that's going to be in place, and that's going to kind of help to stir up the ocean a bit here. There you can see those winds from the northwest at 5 to 15 knots, waves from the northwest at 6 feet at 9 seconds. Now your low tide will be tomorrow morning at 7:29 at minus 0.7 feet, and your high tide 2:11 tomorrow afternoon. No advisories, at least for today, but I think tomorrow we'll be looking at some small craft advisories out there. There we're looking at the mainly clear skies. There's going to be a little bit of smoke, I think, in some areas here for tonight. The rain is going to hold off until sometime around the mid-morning hours tomorrow. Thunderstorms pretty much anywhere you go. The coast could even see some lightning strikes as well. That's all day tomorrow. All right, so we look at the 7-day outlook and just kind of walk you through all of this. I've got the chance in there for Saturday, but you saw there on Futurecast just how very little activity we saw. So the main event for everyone is tomorrow. Saturday, we still got the chance in there because we're seeing isolated activity out there. By Sunday, I'm keeping it dry and should be dry through next week. Now we look at the 7-day outlook for Eureka, same situation here. Showers on Friday, a chance on Saturday, but again, not much. I wouldn't, in fact, if you have outdoor plans on Saturday, I think you're going to be okay. You may run into a stray shower, but that's it. And then on Sunday, it's dry. Monday, your Labor Day is looking dry, and all of next week, dry and mild.